Welcome to the Ask Dr. Deanna show. I'm Dr. Deanna Holdren, your host. Join me weekly as I cover various health-related lifestyle medicine topics that you get to request. This show is for anyone who wants to proactively improve their health position. I hope you enjoy the show. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm excited. Today's topic is all about energy. I love talking about this, and I love helping people have more energy. There are some simple things that you can do that can help you increase your energy throughout your day, help you to get through your entire day without feeling like you're hitting a wall. And I have so many times said, hey, how would it be if you felt so good all day long that basically that time frame when you normally hit the wall around 2:00 in the afternoon and you feel like, when is this day going to end before you can get home from work? If you didn't feel that way and you actually were productive for the rest of your day, wouldn't that be incredible? How about if you could come home from work and still feel like interacting with your family, going out and doing stuff, having fun, maybe, playing a game or cooking a meal or whatever it is. I know so many people feel like they have just barely enough energy to make it through the day. And then they kind of drag themselves home and they plop onto a couch or a sofa, whatever. And then that's it. It's over, right? And then they get up the next morning and they try to tackle their day, and it's kind of this vicious cycle, right? So if that's you, if you feel like that, or somebody in your family is like that, and you say, okay, what can I possibly do to remedy this? Definitely the tips that I'm going to give today, I think, can be helpful. First of all, I think it's important to kind of look at energy or fatigue, if you will, because this is a very common complaint. I get a lot of people coming in, all ages, from very, very young people to, older people. It's a very frequent complaint. I'm just tired all the time. I have so much fatigue. I can hardly get out of bed in the morning. I can't, make it through my day. It's just so hard because of the fatigue. So this is very, very common. And sometimes it is just simply a byproduct of lifestyle. I talk all the time about lifestyle medicine. So sometimes it's a byproduct of lifestyle and what you're eating. You're actually toxic, and that's why you feel that way. And then sometimes it is there's something more going on. There might be something medically that is going on that is actually contributing to the fatigue. But a tremendous number of times, it's the first. In fact, the majority of the time, it's actually the first. You may have gone to the doctor, you may have had all kinds of lab work done, and found that, okay, there's nothing wrong. Well, why am I so tired? Why do I still feel this way? Even though, my lab work appears to be normal and they're saying that there's nothing wrong. Why do I feel the way I do? So that's what we're going to talk about today. You're the person that I'm talking to, because I know that we can make a huge difference. So first of all, you have to stop with the processed food diet. Okay. So eliminate the processed foods, eliminate the artificial foods, eliminate all of anything that comes out of a box, a package, or a drive-through window needs to go. Okay. Because it's not serving you. And in fact, it's harming you. It's actually sucking your energy away. Okay. So when we're eating that stuff, oftentimes it takes longer to digest. And if you are having to digest, for example, a high carbohydrate meal or a processed food meal, that sort of thing, so much energy is required for that. So now all of your energy is going to your GI system to digest this meal. And because of that, you are tired because now there's not enough energy going to the brain, and other areas. It's all right there in the digestive system. So the first thing is to start paying attention to what you are eating and cleaning up your diet, getting rid of the artificial food. The second thing is making sure that your diet is nutrient dense, that you're actually fueling your body. I love talking about food as medicine and food as fuel. Food is either going to take you up, give you energy, or it's going to take you down. It's almost never a dead even. And you know the foods I'm talking about. So there are foods that will energize you. Think about, green vegetables, broccoli, spinach, cauliflower. A lot of those foods are going to give you energy. They're nutrient dense, a lot of bang for your buck, so to speak, versus, a cupcake, okay, or a donut. That's going to take you down. That's going to be in a negative, direction, in terms of your energy. So making sure that you're getting the nutrients that you need. Some of the things that I like to talk about, from a nutrient standpoint or even a supplement standpoint when it comes to energy is, B12. A lot of people are low in B12. When they're low in B12, they do have low energy. They oftentimes feel like they can't get out of bed in the morning. They may have some depression. They may even have a little bit of neuropathy. So, I do check B12 levels in my practice, and it's not uncommon, for me to discover low B12 levels on a regular basis. And sometimes that's genetic. Sometimes it's a byproduct of just poor diet, poor lifestyle. So B12 is something that we can supplement with. Certainly, there are some other herbs that can help as well. Ashwagandha and rhodiola are great for energy as well. Coenzyme Q10, that is a supplement that is wonderful because it helps to support the mitochondria. Mitochondria are these cells that are sort of like the battery cells in our body. We hear more and more about mitochondrial dysfunction, and certainly mitochondrial dysfunction where the batteries just aren't charged. That's really the best way I can describe that. Mitochondrial dysfunction is when the little batteries in your body are not charged. And so, of course, you have no energy. So coenzyme Q10 is a supplement that helps to support those mitochondria and help them to be healthy. In addition, vitamin D is really, really important for energy as well. So sometimes people can feel low with their energy. They supplement with vitamin D or correct their vitamin D deficiency, and they'll see a nice increase in their energy levels with that. Going back to the mitochondria, this is so important. It's so important to pay attention to what we are bathing our cells in. And when we bathe our cells in good nutrients, in good food, and we're giving our body what it needs to function at optimal levels, then things just work so much better. Not just from an energy standpoint, but also from a cognitive standpoint. We think better. We've got, great mental clarity. All systems are go, and things just really work well when we are taking care of our bodies and eating the right foods and so forth. One of the things that we see happening, though, that can really interfere with these mitochondria is something called oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is when we have these chemicals in our body that are oftentimes byproducts, and they cause what we call free radical damage within the body. And free radical damage can cause our DNA to have little chinks in it, or a little damage that has happened along the way. And so we want to be mindful of oxidative stress. How do we reduce oxidative stress in the body? Well, oxidative stress, you have to look at what's causing it. And sometimes it's things like peroxide ions. Sometimes it's things like unpaired ions in the body. So broccoli is one of the best foods to eat to help prevent oxidative stress because it is a natural methyl donor. And when in biochemistry, a methyl group can be added within the body, and that can render one of those toxic substances neutral so that it's not going to cause the damage to the DNA and so forth. So being mindful of that and making sure that we're not eating foods, glyphosate is a big one that's a huge energy zapper because glyphosate is absolutely toxic to the microbiome. When you look at the microbiome, that's got, 70 to 80% of our immune system right there in the lining of the gut. So if we're eating glyphosate, other toxic chemicals, heavy metals, etc., it disrupts that. And then we're going to have a problem with energy production. If you have issues with your gut lining, like leaky gut, for example, which actually may end up being our topic next week. If you have issues with leaky gut, then your body is spending a tremendous amount of time and energy on repairing itself. Okay. So if my body's constantly repairing and spending all of this energy there, then I might have lower energy in other areas. Okay. So we really want to focus on reducing oxidative stress and doing everything that we can to have a healthy gut microbiome, which is only going to increase energy. The other thing is, I always say that objects in motion like to stay in motion. And that is so true, not just of objects, but also for us as humans. It is so important to move. You will have more energy if you move. So even if you don't feel like it, get up and go anyway, because when you start moving, it will actually produce energy. And once you get going, it's just easier to stay in motion. So I hope these simple tips have helped. What I would love to see is for everybody to feel great, to function at optimal levels, and to have all of the energy that they need to power through their day and make a difference in this world. So next week, we are going to talk about leaky gut and how to repair your leaky gut if that is something that you're suffering from. How do you know if you have leaky gut? Well, usually you've got some digestive issues. You might have some trouble with your energy that we mentioned earlier, and overall poor health. I definitely want to take a look at leaky gut. So join me next week as we dive into that topic. Thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed that episode. For more information, visit me at deannaholdren.com. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dr. Deanna Holdren. I really want to hear from you, so message me. I love taking your messages and creating topics from them. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share my show with those who have an interest in health and wellness. Thank you for tuning in, and see you next week.